Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to July 16th pre-market session. And yeah, let's get started. I had some technical issues and hopefully everything is all good. And yeah, let's get started. So the futures are opening a little bit lower. Both SPY and Qs. Semiconductors are very weak after yesterday's weakness. This selling pressure is continuing on the whole semiconductors. We had a couple of economic reports. Retail sales for June came slightly weaker, and basically spending the consumers spending less, and initial jobless claims is 208k versus 217k expected. Lower claims obviously mean labor market is strong, and strong employment can support the whole economy. Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index, that was a huge upside surprise. Basically, in manufacturing activity is strong, and overall we had a couple of all of these economic events, and everything is pretty much mixed. Consumer spending is softened, employment strong, manufacturing strong, and this is a mixed signal for the Fed for any kind of interest rate decision making. We had earning GE Aerospace beat at earning, TSMC beat at earning, and guided Q3 above expectations, and United Health also had strong beat and raised guidance as well. Oil is relatively flat, and US reportedly sanctioned another Iranian oil tanker, and traffic in Strait of Hormuz is kind of light. So the main focus for the day would be semiconductors, as they are looking weak, and a couple of earning plays that could be setting up for basically, yes, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, the earning plays that could be good catalyst plays. All right, let's get started with S&P 500. Let's check out the technicals here. So S&P 500 Qs, the analysis is very easy, I would say. After 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of staying in this range, you already know that we are holding in between 750 and 755, 757 zone. So the key demand is 748, 750 demand, and the key resistance around is 755, 756, 7. That we rejected back in the last Friday, basically yesterday, sort of rejected this zone on Tuesday as well, and we are just consolidating in this range, forming inside day. We did pull back today. If you check out the daily chart, yes, we pulled back. The pre-market is opening lower than yesterday's close, but we are still in range of yesterday's high and low. This is called inside day price action. Now, the cleanest momentum setups happen when the price get out of this range. And what is this range? Again, the same support and resistance zone that we are stuck in between. Okay, so still the key zone for SPY would be around the 750 all the way down till 740, 748, 747.5. And if the price pushes higher, the resistance areas that we should look for would be 755, 756. Now, in between, in the smaller time frame, we might be able to catch some moves here and there. let's say if the price gets out of this 754 area, you could go for a long all the way up till this 755, but be aware of this massive resistance that we have on top of the S&P 500 right now. Okay, so the key scenarios for trading the overall market at this point, in my opinion, would be patience, waiting for the price to hit the resistance or the demand and react to the level. The reaction could be a rejection, or it could be a breakout. Qs, weak, right? We are pushing lower and we are holding right at the demand zone on Qs. Let's take a look at the daily chart here. So as you see, we are weaker in the pre-market. The price pushed back lower. We are around 711.67, and we are at this key demand zone on Qs. Now, this is a very interesting point that we are trading at, right? So this is a key zone, and waiting for the price to react to this level can give us a clean direction. If the price pushes higher when the market opens, we will basically see a bounce and continuation to the upside. We might be able to catch a long move on Qs pushing higher all the way up till the 723 zone. Now, if the price cannot hold 710, if the bid cannot hold 710 zone, and if we see the sellers control the level, push the price lower and control below 710, we might see Qs pushing lower and hitting 705 or even 700 zone. So we are at this massive demand zone, the same zone that we bounced above back in July 13th, the same zone that we bounced above yesterday, the same zone that we rejected back in early July, right? This is the same exact area that the price kept rejecting in the last couple of weeks, right? Or even if you go back, you will see that the price reacted to these levels a lot, and we are right in the middle of this range. So the first thing on watch is waiting for a reaction to this area, whether it will be a rejection of this zone and pushing higher, or a break of this zone and breakdown. Okay, so Dow Jones still holding, still consolidating. Really not that much is happening here. The price action is pretty choppy, so you need to wait for the price to get out of 528 or maybe below this 523 on Dow Jones. SMH is weak, and we are seeing the semiconductors pushing lower. Now, we are technically holding in this range right now, and the key area that I would be watching would be around this 555-ish area. That if that breaks and the price push lower, we're gonna see a pretty huge selling pressure on SMH. However, like in addition to that, technically we are holding below the 50 SMA on SMH. On the daily chart, you can see this is the 50 SMA on the daily chart. Now, as I said, this demand zone is also a pretty important demand zone right here that we are holding above, if this is the same demand zone that the price held multiple times recently. Now, yes, we are holding below the 50 SMA, but we broke below 50 SMA on SMH multiple times in the last couple of weeks as well. Now, that itself is not a final confirmation for a possible sell-off and basically weakness on SMH. I mean, it is weak, but it didn't lose the key demand zones yet. So the better confirmation would be waiting for the price to totally break through this 565-ish area. Sorry, 565. I said 555 before. So 565-ish area and push lower. Sellers control the level. That will create a massive selling pressure for for SMH and can push the price back down till 550s and even 530-ish area. Okay, so let's talk about a couple of individual tickers. Apple, what a massive rally yesterday on Apple. It just broke the all-time high and just continued moving higher. Pretty strong move on Apple, and we are holding right here at the all-time high on Apple right now. So the key zone would obviously be this 300, almost 330 as a key demand zone, key resistance zone, and all-time high, pre-market high, very obvious level. Now we had a massive rally yesterday, so don't expect the same move to happen. Obviously, if the price breaks out of this level and holds, we will take it. But if it just pushes higher, rejects, don't try to force any trades after yesterday's move. Seeing some sort of consolidation is not unexpected. Like, it might happen easily. Okay, so the key demand zone would be around this 325, 326 zone, and 330 is the key resistance on Apple. Tesla, yeah, I don't have any plan for Tesla. I don't really want to talk about Tesla. I guess maybe below this 390 we can get some sort of selling pressure. Right now it's not that interesting. Even a reversal is not really that interesting at this point on Tesla. Look at yesterday's price action. So yeah, lots of chop, lots of games around Tesla's price action. So below 390 would be the best bet, or above 415, 420. NVDA is rejecting the 212-ish area. It's still pushing higher. The bid is trying to hold the level, but again, the key zones for NVDA would remain around 212, 213, and the key demand zone is around 206, 207, and it is technically trading in this whole range and in this trend line. Now, if this trend line breaks, we might also see some sort of selling pressure down till 206 and 204. So that might be a play if the semiconductors remain weak. Google Google broke out of this zone and retested 373, and it is right at this key resistance. Now let me show you the resistance zone that we are trading at on. This is the zone. Now take a look at the hourly chart on Google. This is the same zone that we rejected all in May and June, and then here in July, and now finally we broke this level, right? We broke it in the pre-market, and now we are retesting this zone. So I would like to watch Google to see if it can hold this zone, and if it does, then Google can be definitely on watch for possible continuation and rally. But if it keeps pushing lower and hit 370 and break below 370, that wouldn't be ideal. Obviously, that would result in some sort of rejection, and again, the price will get back to this whole choppy zone. But if it holds 370, that would be a different play, and we're going to see probably a massive rally on Google. So Google on watch. AMD is weak, and it is at the demand zone. So like all the semiconductor names, we are stuck in this range. I talked about AMD. We are stuck in this range between 500 and 560. So we need to get out of this range. Whatever happens is good. We can take it. Long, short, doesn't matter. Below 500, 501, we could go for a good sell-off opportunity, but if it bounces here, the reversal setup could be there if the semiconductors are strong enough, and obviously break out of this 565, 570 would be ideal. That is very close to all-time high. Obviously, Intel looks weak. I like how Intel is weak here, and it is very, very close, like it is in the demand zone and very close to the border of this whole key zone that was held multiple times back in June, and it is right there. Now the weakness is also there. We just rejected the 50 SMA on daily chart. This is the daily charts 50 SMA. We rejected it, pushed back down, rejected it again, almost that zone, and we are pushing all the way lower, retested this 99 zone. So we need to see 99 get broken on Intel and held by the sellers. It is at 99.5, but the key zone I would be watching is around this 99, 98.9 ish area on Intel. If that happens, we're going to see a good sell-off on Intel, but be careful because we might see some sort of breakdown and then recovery and then reversal, because we are in a massive demand zone on Intel. It depends on how the price is holding on the whole semiconductors. Meta held above the 200 SMA and it is pushing higher. I like how the price is holding here. Now the key zone on watch would be around 677 right now. We already broke out of this zone. Now we are retesting this level. The key resistance is 691, and the key resistance is 677. If we hold 677, we're gonna possibly have a chance of pushing higher, hitting 691 and continuing the move on Meta. MU is also weak. Let me take a look at MU's price action. Yeah, MU is weak, but very similar to Intel, in my opinion. Right? It is holding right at the same exact demand zone that we held back in June, 8th, 9th, and 10th of June. So, but we are below the 50 SMA on the daily chart, so that might basically be a sign for possible sell-off continuation. And again, the weakness of semiconductors can help, but you want to wait for this 582 level to break down. This is the same exact level that we're seeing in the pre-market. The price bounced above. So 582 would be the key demand zone that if that breaks, we're gonna see a pretty massive sell-off on MU probably. Microsoft, or if it holds, we're gonna bounce obviously. Microsoft, it is getting out of this range, so I like how Microsoft is holding overall. Microsoft above 402 definitely on watch, and I want to see Microsoft holding this demand of 390. What about Amazon? Wow, Amazon also got out of this range. All right, Amazon yesterday got out of 50 SMA, so above yesterday's high, definitely on watch for possible continuation. All right, awesome. So cool. I will be going ahead and trade live with the team. If you guys want to join us, make sure you check out the link in the description. I will see you guys in the next one.